Hello, vanakkam, welcome to Saivism once again. So this time around, we're going to look at the meaning behind breaking coconuts during prayers. If you are Tamil, definitely even if you have gone to temple once, you would have seen like coconut is something really important that people in every single prayers we break coconut. So today I was wondering, I would want to share, I was thinking of sharing some thoughts on why are we breaking coconuts. There's something really interesting behind this action though, so I really wanted to share it with you guys. So first of all, coconut. My generation would have not even seen coconut tree, so I'm just going to put a picture. So this is coconut tree, and all we see is the just shell of coconut. Nobody, I think like my generation are not aware of coconut with the husk. So this is how the whole coconut looks. So so this coconut actually symbolizes few things. Coconut itself is like our head. In Saivism we say the husk is like the bondage. We are learning Saivism now, so all of us know that we have soul. Soul has the bondage which we call the arnavam, which creates this tendency of ego-ness in us. Like we have so much of ignorance inside us, we don't even realize God as much of, like we think like whatever is happening in this world is like it's within our control. We don't really realize, most of the time we don't realize there's a superpower who created us, who created this world. He knows what's good and bad for us. We don't even think like that. We always think like we are in control and we gonna change things and stuff like that. So this arnavam creates such illusion in our mind, and that's how this husk is like comforting the coconut shell. This is the symbolization. So what happens is, if you bring it to the temple, whenever, like nowadays we don't bring like the whole coconut, we just bring the shell of the coconut because the priest inside don't want to do extra work, right? But if you look at it, basically what happens is, when we learn spiritual knowledge, like we learn spiritual books, we learn Saivism, we try to figure out why things are happening in our life, try to understand the occurrences in life, what will happen is the priest will have a sharp knife or something to poke through the husk and try to peel off the husk and take the, just get rid of all the fiber which are like so holding tight to the coconut shell, and he will clean up the coconut shell. That's how, with all the experiences we gain through in this world, it clears the, it makes us realize there is something called arnavam, which is like really holding us, it's a bondage, it's like really holding us tight, and it will clear it off. And then with God's grace, the priest will just, what he will do, he'll just cut open the coconut. When it's open, we can see this white color thing inside, which we believe that our mind has been cleared. We have got this holy wisdom from God. We understood the ignorance, and we have got rid of our ignorance. That's all it symbolizes. So you put it under the God's feet, usually under the deity, and then we pray and we bring back as the, it symbolizes as the blessings of God. The blessing of God is what? Making our mind clear and just purify our mind and getting rid of the ignorance. That's all the coconut has to symbolize. If you look at in depth, what they will put is, they will put a betel leaf. That's like daun sireh in Malay. So that is literally representing our body and veins and everything. Then we have bananas. That's like representing our legs, arms, limbs. And then we also have some paka, betel, and that is the wealth, whatever wealth we have. So we surrender everything to the God's feet, and we get it. We realize that even though we have all these things, we are not the supremo. We have somebody who is much more supreme to us, and that's divine force, and he needs to shower his grace to get rid of our ignorance. That's all it explains. Then we do use the coconut in several other occasions. For example, naming ceremony, housewarming, marriage, even in funeral. If you see, if in marriage, if you see like they'll break the coconut, it's just reminding us again that we are getting rid of our ignorance, and with the pure mind we are getting married. So does the funeral. We'll have a small oil lamp, and then near the head of the dead body, we'll usually have a small oil lamp, and we'll break the coconut and put it right near the head, representing the same thing with the God's grace, who is in the form of light. The person who have been dead, their mind has been purified, with God's grace. That's all. So that's wherever you see the coconut being broken like that, that's all it represents. And then other than this, we would as Tamils, we also know, like when there's Thaipusam, some major functions, major celebration, spiritual celebration, religious celebration, we will say Kanike, and we'll go start cracking coconuts like 108, 1008, 800,000, as much as you want. And we think like we are just breaking the coconut for God and you're gonna get something in return. Actually, even if you break one coconut, the understanding or the theme behind this whole action is telling ourselves that with God's grace we are purifying our head, which has a lot of ignorance. So even if you break one coconut or you break thousands of coconut, still the idea is only one thing. So do we need to break that many coconuts? No, we don't. So that's one. And then other than that, people also get so fearful over, they get really paranoid over if your coconut is cracking straight, or is it like cracking into multiple pieces, or is it cracking how do you say, crookedly. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. My uncle has a shop, like grocery shop. If you ask him to crack a coconut, he can give you a very straight line, because practice makes perfect. He breaks coconut every single day. If you ask me to crack it, I do it totally different. I crack it in the most crooked way. So that's how it is. If you have good practice, duh, we have never even seen coconut, and then one day priest come and ask you to break a coconut, and you don't get paranoid over it. End of the day, what you have to just realize that when you break coconut, you just remind yourself that with God's grace, my ignorance need to be out from my mind. That's all. So take it easy, guys. Break more coconuts when you pray after this. Enjoy. Think about it. Remind ourselves. All we have to remind ourselves throughout learning Saivism is we have ignorance and we have to get over it. That's all. I'll definitely see you guys in the next video with another interesting fact. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I do have a Facebook ID now. It's Saiva Petagam. You can just go and add me as friends, or you can follow my page for some good reads and stuff. Yeah, and you also can stay connected with me, so like, can write to me if you have any question about spirituality, where I would love to answer. That's all for this video. Take care and bye bye. மேன்மைக்குள் செய்வ நீதி விளங்குக உலகமெல்லாம் இன்பமே என்னாலும் துன்பமில்லை. Bye.